You brought you. That's all that's important.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So, Oxygen's Funny Girls.
Yep.
Tell me a little about the show. What is?
So Oxygen's Funny Girls is a show on Oxygen, and we just wrapped season 1, and it follows the lives of 6 female comedians trying to make it in Hollywood. Really fun show. Yeah. Reality is a weird. I don't know if you've ever done a reality show.
I have, unfortunately, not. That opportunity hasn't presented itself yet.
Well, Periscope.
This is kind of like a reality show, right?
Yeah. Reality is like weird. So my first day of shooting on the show, super scripted for you guys. You don't know it because you have to like follow stories and stuff. So they were like, the game is, you're going to go to the dog park with Nicole Amy Schreiber, very funny, great person, and she's going to show you a bunch of dick pics, and you as the token Leslie on the show are going to go, ooh. Yeah, that's the whole premise. So, okay, got it. Okay. So we go to the dog park, and the dog park they pick because you have to get like permits to, to shoot places. The dog that they give a permit was not a real dog park. It's the Hollywood, by the reservoir. Do you guys have dogs? Do you have dogs?
A reservoir.
It's not a real dog park.
Yes, people play frisbee. Yeah.
Right. No, but it's like we as dog owners have declared like there are no laws here. So we let our dogs run. So Nicole and I let our dogs run, but there are no fences. And she showed me the dick pic, and I go, oh no, whatever. And they're like, and then Nicole's dog completely bolts.
What?
Just bolts, like runs away. Over there's like coyotes, and we're like, oh my god! And it's our first day, so I'm in like a casual, 5-inch wedge. It's like I'm hell bent on looking good on the show, and the cameras won't put the cameras down to help us. So Nicole and I are just like running, and like it's harrowing. Like we can't find the dog, and it goes from like, oh, where's Buddy, to like genuine panic of like, Buddy's dead and you're not helping, you monsters!
The crew is like, it's reality plan.
And you're like, no!
Because like we don't know, because we're like talking into their walkies and like following me, and I'm trying to be like, Buddy, where are you? Just trying to
Very casual.
And Nicole's freaking out, and finally they put the camera down to help us, and we find Buddy. And at this point, Nicole's like way over there, and I'm way over here, and they just hand me the dog, and then pull the cameras back up, and they're like, okay, Nicole. So I have to hike down the mountain.
The whole time they had the dog?
No, the dog had really run away.
Oh, okay.
But they would help us find it until it became clear that like this was not going to air. This was like fucking scary. And then I had to run and find Nicole, and they'd be like, I found your dog. And she was like, oh, thank God. And then they were like, by the way, we're not going to air any of that. Go back to the dick pics. That was like my first day.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I saw that you did, I love the episode where you did Topher last dancing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Thank
you. You guys were so funny together.
Yamanika, so funny.
I'm
a viewer of the show. I actually really love the show.
Yeah, it's really good. But yeah.
It's really good, guys. Guys, if you haven't seen Oxygen's Funny Girls, it's on oxygen.com now. Go.
You can stream it. There's tons of extras, and what's cool about it is it was originally pitched as like live Seinfeld. Like we'd be like, "What's the deal with moms?" And then he'd show us with our moms. Yeah. So a lot of his stand-up that didn't air is on that, and it was a ton of stand-up we did, and really fun. So go online. I think I liked it better online than on the TV screen. But I'm in history.
So how did that start? How did you got the audition? Was it like? Did the show start the next day? Like, how did that?
I was attached to the show for about 2 years before it aired. Yeah, so long, right? And they went through like this weird kind of interview process, and I feel guilty because at the time the pilot was shot, I had just like broken up to return an engagement ring, which they loved. And then, they were like, oh, and I'm like, am I supposed to cry about it? And then they'd like cut to crying. And then by the time the show actually aired, I was like super fine about it. Like 2 years later, I'm like, what's going on in your dating life? And I'm like, nothing, it's so good.
It's wonderful.
And they're like, that's less interesting. And I was like, sorry. So the show got cast completely and then killed, which happens. And then a completely different cast. I was the only one that made the leap into the second cast. Completely different cast. And then it was like, I got this, you get the call again a year and a half later, like, oh, the show's going again, and you're like, I'll believe it when I see it, showbiz. And then they were
over here.
Just vacuuming, no problem. Hello. Yeah.
So how did you get into burlesque dancing? How did all of this? How did your career in comedy start?
Man,
that's a heavy question I asked.
Did we start with the ukulele and then?
No, ukulele is an act. Ukulele is because I'm not smart enough to play the guitar. I was in New York, and I don't know. I've just always been very irreverent to like the concept of rules and social norms.
What? You stop it.
No.
Yeah. So I was doing a little bit of comedy, but I was in conservatory as an actor, and then I got looped into this wacky world of burlesque, mostly just because I was big into like my undergraduate thesis was a one-woman show about gender roles in pornography. So like Annie Sprinkle, which is like a super heady feminist reference, but she's great. She's like a feminist porn star. She like reviewed my thesis, which is like a weird, like I paid a lot of money to strip on stage and graduate magna cum laude. Like I don't know how that happened.
That's the dream, right?
So I moved to New York and I did the Miss Les pageant in 1,000 years ago, and then from that like started working in burlesque, and then that was my job, and I sang, and then I moved to I was engaged and I moved here and I was like, I'm going to grow up and get a savings account. I'm going to work above 14th Street, and so I moved here to try to quit burlesque and stuff, and then I started doing stand-up, and then Funny Girls happened, and now I have stand-up and I have an album, which is crazy, and that's my life right now. You guys are so pretty. Yeah, I have a musical in the Fringe Fest, which we're super happy with Heather Ann Campbell, very talented,
yes.
About mermaids. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. That's the 25th at I.O. at 8 o'clock. Great two-woman musical. A lot of fun. Dark, kind of a dark comedy, but I believe in it.
That's super cool. Where can everybody find your album? Woman of Whimsy, correct?
Woman of Whimsy. On iTunes. You can download it on my website, scoutdurwood.com, and then everything else is just Scout Durwood, except for Facebook fan page is Lady Scout Music.
Well, thank you so much for coming to the show. You've been awesome. And later on, she's going to come back and do ukulele songs.